approach you take to make sure that your well-being is maintained.
Welcome to the latest and most amazing show on your. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break.
You don't sing along.
I did single.
For real.
You're not a backup singer.
That's what they do.
It's a brand new week and another opportunity for us to gist and me to tell you, bring all the spice, all the things that are hot, trending and exclusive on social media. Sometimes I know there's constructive criticism. I know that you know how to quote it. So for the people that don't understand, I want to be like, oh, why are you doing this?
Please, I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm only doing this because of the money on Facebook.
There are some people you need to just tell the truth brutally. Let it hurt them. Give it hot.
Afia TV official, exclusive every weekday on Afia TV.
Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, has struggled with effective governance since independence in 1960. Despite vast resources, the country faces challenges in healthcare, education, infrastructure, and economic development. There are very many questions. What are the key characteristics of effective leadership in a country like Nigeria? And how can Nigeria's leadership promote a culture of transparency and accountability? This is the Eastern Eye. I am Alex Obodo. You're welcome to the Eastern Eye here on Afia TV. It's a program that x-rays the political, social, and economic developments around us. Tonight, I am joined by Dr. Linus Okorie, MFR. He's the founder and CEO of Gotney. Thank you so much, Dr. Okorie, for joining me graciously out of your busy schedule tonight to join me from Abuja. Thank you.
Glad to experience your show this great evening.
All right, and a lot of people talk about leadership. We hear things like everything rises and falls on leadership. So when people say that everything rises and falls with leadership, exactly what are they saying? Are they denigrating the role of followership?
So what they are simply saying is that leadership matters. A couple of years ago, I had the honor of hosting a great global leader, Dr. Miles Monroe, in the city of Owerri. And while he was speaking to 1,500 people, he simply said, for context, there will be need to define leadership so that when we define it, we'll be able to understand it better. And I quote him, he said, leadership is the ability to inspire, motivate, drive a group of people towards a particular direction by inspiration, not intimidation or manipulation. So at the heart of that definition is the fact that a leader must have the capacity to influence, to motivate, to drive people towards progress. And he must do so because he has gained influence. People respect him as a result of the person he has become. So if he has become an excellent person, people will follow him. If he has become a person of compassion, people follow him. If he has become a person of competence, people follow him. If he has become somebody who has honor and integrity, he can build trust, people follow him. So in that context, people follow him because they respect him. Not that he forces or she forces anybody to follow. So that is why when there's a deficit of in the life of a leader, nothing will happen. There will be standstill. People will not follow. People can pretend that they are following. In fact, the interesting thing is that the greatest task of leadership is producing more leaders. So leaders don't necessarily need followers. Leaders need other leaders who will follow and continue to make things happen with the leader. So that's basically the context we're talking about. So without leadership, no country can make progress. Without leadership capital, businesses will die. Businesses will not be sustainable. And whenever there's a deficit of leadership culture, you realize that there'll be celebration of mediocrity. And that's basically what we're talking about. There's a need to have a paradigm shift for people to begin to reorganize their concepts of what leadership is all about. In fact, leadership matters.
All right. In Nigeria's context, a lot of people are saying that maybe what the challenge is a challenge of morality because of what corruption is doing. The example given is that there are a lot of men with the competence to excel in various roles they've been assigned to, occupy and undertake responsibilities. But we are not seeing excellence in those roles. And a lot of, some school of thought believe that this is purely a question of corruption. So is corruption the killer of excellent leadership?
Yes, I mean, absolutely, anytime, any day. The interesting thing is that let me define transformational leadership for you. Transformational leadership is that concept of leadership that places premium on human beings, inspired by vision, supported by principles. In other words, it is a comprehensive package. So the leader must have vision, and the leader's vision must be supported by sound principles. In fact, where there is leadership, what happens is that the people who are following are transformed and changed, and the leader changes as well. So because people see that this leader is a person of honor, he says what he will do and he does it, that this individual will not touch public money, this individual is selfless in his approach, all of this component is what makes this leader get. And wherever you find leadership, you will find capacity, you will find integrity, you will find vision, you will find compassion and selflessness. All of this, they make up the leader. You don't have a leader with honor and integrity, he will use his competence to defraud the system. And that has always been the case for a great country over time.
I mean, now that you've mentioned this, the issue of having strong institutions as against having strong men, I want to have your thoughts on it. Which one is more important? To have strong institutions, and some people are asking, well, that for you to have strong institutions, you would need men with strong character to step into those strong institutions. How do you get into this discussion now on that?
The truth of the matter is that, no matter how strong an institution is, when you find a man who do not have leadership competencies, who is selfish, who has an agenda that is self-promotion based, the individual will do everything in his power to destroy the institution, and they will not transfer any quality, tangible leadership capital to the next generation of leaders. So that is why we've always said that the most important thing that is critical is build human beings with solid leadership culture and core values. Then the responsibility of these leaders is to make sure that they transfer these leadership competencies to the next generation, to leaders that are behind them. They make it a culture It is when it becomes a culture within the organization that the institution is built. And the institution can become sustainable because leadership has been passed from one generation to another. And so you have a leader comes in and pass over to another a leader and back to back, and they will protect the institution. So where they leadership capital, they will destroy the institution. So the key word here is leadership capital matters, and human beings are the carriers of leadership capital.
So it's about exuding excellence when
Yes.
you're being watched and when you're not being watched, because
Absolutely.
it's about what people do when the cameras are not rolling,
Yes.
maintaining values. But
It's comprehensive package, and that inspires. So any office where you go to and people are inspired, you will always find out that the leader, through his personal approach, has defined certain leadership culture, and that's made a big difference.
So what would you consider the key characteristics of effective leadership within the Nigerian context?
The first is vision. Any leader that has a strong, intense sense of purpose, looking into the future and be able to create what does not yet exist and picture it in your mind and see that it's possible. No country has grown without visionary leadership. Visionary leadership is the strength of the future. It drives progress. So visionary leadership is important. Second is integrity. Integrity, ability to behold. Integrity is important. I say I will do this, I do it. So when people think in the context of how can we add value to society, and their hearts speak truth to power, that's important. The other element is selflessness. Look, when there is selflessness, when the leader is not thinking about himself, he's thinking about the common good, there's a right opportunities, benefit. And that's why Simon Sinek wrote a book and titled it Leaders Eat Last. Leaders eat last. So leaders are always thinking in context of sacrifice. So these are components of leadership that is missing today. And we're talking about also the ability to have knowledge. Having knowledge is critical in leadership development. That's why the leader will continue to learn, because leadership flows to the one who knows. So being knowledgeable is critical, and compassion is an element of leadership that is outstanding. So when people are compassionate, in fact, without compassion, nobody should get into the political space. The political space is not meant for people without compassion, because people will be moved by the plight of the people, and at the local government level, at the state levels, at national level, they do everything to can create new opportunities for people. Innovation becomes critical. The ability to innovate. Leaders are innovative. They are creative. They take less and create more. So if you put all of this together, you can see that you can create a sustainable leadership culture in a country that will work. In the business, it will work. In the Southeast, everybody listening to me today, in the Southeast, imagine if you have the billionaires of the Southeast who know that those young people in the Southeast, they require skills. So they are thinking into the future. What are the skills that are relevant in the future today that we can create an institution that is 7-star that can teach our young people in the rural communities, how to maximize those skills, whether it's styling skills, whether it's fashion skills, whatever it is, whether it's oil and gas value chain, but 7-star institution that can teach those young people how to do that. Technology skills, whatever it is. The point is that you can see the investment, huge investment in those young people. Teach them 7-star skills, teach them aptitude, teach them the attitude of business, teach them leadership. Combine this thing, you are building the next generation of leaders that can transform. the Southeast that can transform Nigeria. So what you require is sacrificial leadership, people who can go the extra mile and look beyond their family and think about how to bring, meaning to the life of other people. That's what is lacking. And that is why the Godly Leadership Center, in collaboration with Guardians of the Nation International, in collaboration with P1 Group, we've decided, to host Emerging Leaders Conference in the city of Enugu, starting on Friday and Saturday, so that every young person, every leader who aspires to lead can take opportunity to deepen their leadership capital.
So tell us a little more about this leadership conference that is coming up. It looks to have an all-star cast of those that will be speaking and those that will be attending. Is the attendance open for all who want to attend, or is there some kind of a restriction on registration and attendance?
So it will interest you to know that just a couple of years ago, 24 years ago, in Concord Hotel Owerri, I hosted my first Emerging Leaders Conference. And 24 years after, the conference is still going, and now is in Enugu after going to Lagos and Abuja severally. And this is the first time it's coming to Enugu State. And the interesting thing is that for this particular conference, we are going to be spending 2 days, Friday and Saturday. And so Friday is when this conference will be holding, and it starts. This program, from the day we created it, it must be paid for by partners, and myself, Godly Leadership Center, and our partners, so that young people can have the opportunity of attending at no cost to them. Once you register, you register to be part of the conference. What happens is that immediately you become part of those that will create change, because the speakers in this conference are well selected from all over this country. These speakers, some of them are coming in from even the United Kingdom. In fact, in 600 years, the first black man to be the Sergeant at Arms of the House of Commons, Uyet Obana, who happens to be in Nigeria, is also going to be speaking at this conference. And if you look at the top range of including our own Mekamba, you look at Mrs. Owumere, who happens to be the chair or the president of P1 Group. You have a lot of people like Charles Obina. You have quite a lot of speakers, Hector Okechukwu. You have quite a lot of speakers like Professor Nebo, Chinedu Nebo, and all of that. So you have a range of powerful speakers that are going to be, inspiring the people of Enugu State, like never before, and those in Southeast and those coming from all over the country in specifics. And so, anybody who would want to participate in this particular conference, if you look at the screen, what you can do is you can send us a message and say, I would like to be part of this conference specifically, and the number that, and I don't know if they can see the number on the screen, precisely. Can you check if they can see the number on the screen?
Well, that will be sorted out by my people, but clearly the number can be seen from, I'm sure they will sort it out. But I just really need to know, for those who are wondering where this will be happening, the venue.
So this conference will be happening at specifically at Base Event Center. The Base Event Center is at Independence Layout, Enugu. Independence Layout, Enugu, and the registration is going to end tomorrow. And so, by the way, anybody who wants to register can just go to my Instagram page now. Go to my Instagram page now. Dr. Linus Okore. Dr. Linus Okore. That's Dr. Linus Okore. just type in and then, just send a message. My name is this. I'm the CEO of this. This is what I do for a living. Please, I want to participate in the conference, and put your number there. Put your number there, your name, number, and say, I want to be part of this conference. Please register me to be part of it. And if I receive it, like the page, and then send your details. Once I receive it, so what I'm going to do is that my team will be able to find your number there, and then they'll send you all the information that you need on how you want to participate exactly.
I mean, that's a very cheering one. You were talking about those that will be attending. It's definitely an all-star cast from what I can see here. Professor Chinedu Dinebo, even the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives is expected to make an appearance, and
also the governor of Enugu State, basically will be the speaker on Friday morning.
So great. So what will be the takeaways for people who decide to, shelve everything that they will be doing in these 2 days? Will it be worth it for them?
So the takeaway will be that anybody who finds himself in that venue, the theme of this conference is from good to great. The making of icons, leadership icons. You will come out of the conference empowered to think like a leader, to act like a leader, to understand executive intelligence, to understand emotional intelligence, to understand decision making, to understand social planning, to understand all the leadership components that will help you run sustainable businesses. Leave you to be able to be the type of leader that will win hearts in organizations, to be able to be a networking individual, somebody that can captivate people, motivate people, inspire people. In fact, at the end of the conference, you will write us a thank you note, because it will transform your thinking and elevate you from where you are right now to where you need to be.
All right, we will take a break here on the Eastern Eye. When we return, we'll speak more on the ELC 2024 Emerging Leaders Conference, which has the theme From Good to Great, the making of future icons. So when we return also, the U.S. just concluded a very, very major election. I'll be getting the thoughts of Dr. Linus Okorie on what he sees in the processes and how leadership can be a game changer in these processes.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big one, yo.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Anka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
The savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
You're looking to grow your business? At Afia TV, we've got just what you need. With our various on-screen advertising options like space bags, lower third, sidebars, right in front of your audience. With our lower third, your brand messages appear during the most viewed programs on TV, allowing your audience to see your message without interrupting their TV experience. Now, if you want to go big, our space bag is ideal because it puts your brand messages on spotlight without interrupting viewers' experience. With our sidebars, your brand messages also takes the spotlight on our screen, ensuring brand exposure. These advertising options are affordable, effective. Get Get started today and watch your business shoot up. For more inquiries, call the numbers on your screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
Come home. Let's make your homecoming memorable by taking you into every event happening everywhere in the East this Christmas. From Enugu to Aba, Owerri to Abakaliki, Oka to Umuahia, Afia TV is giving you personalized guide for events and festivals such as Ofala Festivals, Southeast Food and Fashion Festival, Abacha Festival, Bolobe, Golibe Festival, art exhibitions, and more. Register your event or learn more about events happening near you at www.afiahomecoming.com.
My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Apamaga.
I am Chioma Okpala.
My name is Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in market speaking.
Introducing Obuzo.
Afia TV's early Christmas gift to businesses in Southeast Nigeria. With Obuzo, Afia TV is empowering local entrepreneurs with 1 billion naira advertising grant, helping you reach a global audience on DSTV, GoTV, and Afia Radio. For more information, visit www.afiatv.net/Obuzo or visit the SME Center in your state.
Obuzo, catalyzing economic growth in Southeast Nigeria.
You're welcome back to the Eastern Eye here on Afia TV. It's a program that x-rays the political, social, and economic developments around us. My name is Alex Obodo, and as I have Dr. Linus Okore graciously on the line from Abuja. This discussion about the Emerging Leadership Conference, the middle of finding out actually how those that are interested can indeed interact and find out what they need to do to secure a spot. Because I'm suspecting that maybe there might just be a kind of a rush to be there. So it may be better to start on time and have the right information. If Dr. Kore can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you perfectly well.
So typically they can get through a number, which will be on the screen in a minute, and then register. What are the things that are expected from them? Apart from all that.
So, like I said, the conference has already been paid for, and so it's our give back project to ensure that those who aspire to lead at any level, whether you are a businessman, you run a business, whether you are a government official, whether you are a young person who wants to lead, anybody who is listening to me that wants to be more. You are tired of where you are. You want to change your status quo and become the best you can ever be. So just send us a message, a text message or a WhatsApp message. Do not call. Do not call that number. Just send us a message to say, my name is this. I would like to be part of this conference, and the registration closes tomorrow morning, actually. And so if you are interested, we would register you and then send you a registration form that you use to register. And then by Friday, 9 a.m., you are fully part of the conference. You're a delegate. You join the rest to reinvent yourself and reposition yourself to becoming more so that you can do great things.
Yeah, it is that reinvention that everybody is looking at. And it looks like in the US, they may have reinvented themselves. Donald Trump just emerged as the 47th president-elect. So what do you think about the process? Because we started this program by talking about that everything rises and falls with leadership. And leadership about processes, about procedures through which things are done and through which people expect certain outcomes. How would you rate the American presidential election this year?
So you will see that the institutions are in full operations. They are in full operation because the individuals heading those institutions, most of them are acting from a selfless point of view, which means that they are protecting the institutions. So they are leaders protecting the institutions. But what you can also see is the fact that everything works. So there is already, nobody interferes with the process. Nobody's carrying any ballot paper anywhere. Nobody's carrying any ballot paper anywhere. Nobody is doing any of that. What people are doing literally is to also go and cast their votes. Now, for those who are casting their votes, majority of the people voted based on the issues. They didn't vote because somebody gave them a bag of rice. They didn't vote because there was any stomach infrastructure. They didn't vote because there was anybody sharing money to them. They all voted according to what they believed in. Some voted for economy. Some voted for security. Some voted, basically for immigration. Some voted for tax cuts. People voted for, and some voted purely for values. Values, whatever that will shape the values of the country. And as a result of that, the result just came out, announced, and the winner declared. So that's what we're talking to you about. Patriotism is at the heart of it. So each person who understands that we have a lot of work to do to train our people to understand that the purpose of life is not acquiring wealth, acquiring money, or just enriching yourself. That's not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is impact and passion for one's country, love for one's country. And these things can only be taught by inspiration. And that's why we are working so hard to ensure that the Godly Leadership Conference that is coming will impact the people like never before. And it will also interest you to know that right here in a leadership center, that people who want to lead at the various levels, executive level, top level, they come for coaching and training. In fact, the future of the growth of this country will be determined based on the quality of our leadership capital. And USA has gotten a lot of things right, and I think we should emulate them.
Yes, talking about getting a number of things right, let's unpack a few of those things. And it has to do with the process of voting and results transmission. Because here what has obtained is that people have to physically carry the written results to Abuja to announce them. In the case of presidential election.
If not for personal interest. If not for personal interest, that's the most easiest thing to do.
Yes, so it beats my mind why it still happens. It happened in 2023, and it looks like that's what they would like to do in 2027. And you have people whose children are attending Harvard and all universities, and they wouldn't want an election to be seamless like what we've seen in the US.
Well, I believe that anybody who is going for legacy will begin to, in my mind, if any leader listening to me today, any political leader listening to me today, and you want to make a difference, want to stand out, you should focus on legacy than self.
Okay, so it's about legacy because
yes, it's about legacy,
self-interest, isn't it?
It's that when you think about legacy, self-interest dies. any leader that thinks about legacy, what will people remember me for when I'm gone? It changes the dynamics. So your actions are no longer from a myopic point of view. It's from a broad point of view, where the things you do, you go the extra mile. Do some things that will impact the people beyond you. And the members of National Assembly, the same thing. Members of state assemblies, the same thing. Governors, the same thing. If everybody begins to think about the common good, we will be able to rebuild this country and make a big difference for the lives of the people.
So how do we have a situation where our best and ablest hands find themselves in positions of leadership? Lee Kuan Yew said they were quite intentional back then in his country about getting those that are the best of the best to do the toughest of the jobs. Because, I mean, it's not, sometimes the jobs are not easy, but you will require people who are up to it to step forward. So why is it difficult here in Nigeria to get people that are up to the task to be given the responsibility?
So the thing I've always talked about is the fact that when visionary leadership is in place, the dynamics will change, right? So what we have been doing over time, for many years now, we have not been able to create a national vision. We have not been able to create a set of national core values that we can imbibe in our young people. So everybody just does whatever they like. So there's no love for nation. So if you want to be able to change those dynamics, first thing first is to begin to reinvent the way politics is seen. Politics must be seen as a place for service, not a place for personal aggrandizement. And because people see politics as business, that's why a lot of people will sell houses to go and get a position. And once they get those positions, if you're talking about service on your own, majority of the people are thinking about pockets and self-interest. And in that type of environment, they will block the way for the best urge. Therefore, if there has to be a change, then non-political actors with powerful vision will begin to mobilize and invest in the leadership capital of those in the rural communities. And once that is in place, where there's a critical set of people emerging with a new mindset, new quality thinking, bright thinking, futuristic kinds of thinking, then that's how we can build a critical mass of people that can now go to the polling booth and identify certain qualities of leadership at all levels and make sure that only those people are voted in. And in high numbers, because if people turn out in high numbers to vote, it will be difficult to rig any election anywhere.
All right. So let's end this conversation with the situation in the Southeast, where it looks like there are lots of gaps, especially with the young ones. So either people are staying at home or they are involved in of crime or the other, drug abuse. How do we change the value orientation in the Southeast to get our youth to really get into the gear?
The multi-billionaires and the intellectuals, professionals in the Southeast must rise. And what they must do is to stop this celebration of Araba syndrome, celebration of money. I own so much money and all those kind of things. Money and throwing all over the place and getting people worked up. What they should do is invest this money to grooming those young people and give them skills that are sustainable, that they can use to earn a living wage. Create a population of young people who have very quality livelihoods. Even those of them in the village, they should be able to form cooperatives and run big farms and then link them to the exports, as the case may be. There are a lot of ideas that can work in terms of changing the values and the origins of young people. That's why this conference is critical and important, and it must be empowered. It must be promoted so that people across the southeast of Nigeria can have opportunities to improve their leadership knowledge, know more of themselves, know what they can do, build confidence in themselves, and then you'll be able to see a thriving population of people making progress. That's the way to go.
All right. I mean, let's have a recap of the leadership event that's coming up this weekend as we go now.
Well, anybody listening to me today? Anybody listening to me today? The Emerging Leaders Conference taking place in Enugu at the Base Event Center is a leadership program that will inspire the next generation of leaders for our country, people who aspire to make a difference, and 1,000 people will learn leadership. If you want to join this set of people, I want you to send a message or a WhatsApp message or a text message to the number on the screen saying your name and what you do for a living and why you want us to be able to choose you to participate in that conference. You can become a delegate because you want to make a difference for yourself. You want to grow. You want to be more. You don't want to play small. You want to play big. That is the way to go. So see you soon and let's make it happen.
And I have to thank you so much for talking to us. Dr. Linus Okorie, MFR, founder and CEO of Gotney. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
devils all across the land.
Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. And I hope you'll be there. I hope you'll be there at the conference with the entire team.
Yeah, we'll definitely be there. Thank you so much.
All right, sir. See you.
All right. So that's the Eastern Eye for tonight. Up next is Nka JBA. Obodo. Good night.
It's a brand.
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
You've often wondered, what does it mean to be Igbo in today's Nigeria? You know, what's the intersections? What are the conversations we're having about our Igbo spirituality, culture? An example is people wearing red cap. You know, everybody wears red cap. Are they entitled to wear it? What does Nzenozo mean? What does Igbo spirituality mean? How have we changed as a society over the last 20, 30, 50, 100 years? Every Thursday, 6 p.m. if you want to know more on Libation.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
an incompetent means an incompetent person.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Nka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy,
Your savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
What are your thoughts on the spate of sex